All right. Looks like we're good on everything. Music's looking good. AOs are set, and we're still waiting for the mission to officially begin. But what's up, guys? Weewoo here. This is another OFCRA PvP operation. It is going to be about an hour and a half long, so 90 minutes total, and it is going to be a 4-group fight, but 2 groups are allied with each other on one side, and 2 groups are allied with each other on the different side. So for Blue 4 today, it is going to be the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency, belongs to the United States, and the local Colombian police as Blue 4 working together to fight a cartel who is also tied with a paramilitary company, and these 2 factions will be OFCRA. Now, there are 4 different objectives today, and each objective is worth about 2 points. The first objective is the control of the cartel's base in this orange zone. Whoever is able to hold troops in that zone by the end of the round will gain 2 points. So Cartel can opt to start defending that position early on, or they can abandon it and go back to it. It's just whoever controls it when the round officially ends gains those 2 points. But otherwise, the second objective is these ammo crates. OFCRA has to defend the ammo crates, and Blue 4 has to destroy them. If Blue 4 destroys them, Blue 4 gets 2 points. If OFCRA defends them to the end of the round, they get 2 points. Third objective is the paramilitary commander. The person in charge of the paramilitary force has to be kept alive and brought to this VIP section here. If OFCRA is able to keep the VIP alive, bring them to the zone, and keep them there till the end of the round, OFCRA gets 2 points. If Blue 4 is able to intercept and kill the VIP, again being the paramilitary commander, Blue 4 gets 2 points. And then you have the overall supremacy bonus, which is if Blue 4 is able to kill all but 5 or less players on OFCRA's side, Blue 4 gains 2 points. And if OFCRA is able to kill all of but 5 or less players on Blue 4's side, then OFCRA gets 2 points. To put that again in simpler terms, if OFCRA has 5 or less people, Blue 4 gains 2 points. If Blue 4 has 5 or less people still alive, then OFCRA gains 2 points. So otherwise, a few additional notes for this AO is OFCRA gets access to a few technicals. I believe Toyota Hiluxes with Dishkas and PKMs. Whereas Blue 4 gets access to some unarmed UH-60s, which are Black Hawk helicopters. And I believe the DEA also get access to some boats as well. But with this being a little bit of a cross here, a plus, however you want to say it, you know, your other allied faction spawning across from you, but to your immediate left and right are your enemies. This should be an interesting one. I think most of the vehicles are going to go to the paramilitary force so they can convoy their forces in. And then the cartel force is probably going to send forces up to help defend the ammo crate. Maybe something to go watch the VIP section early. But Blue 4, I could see them casting a wide net here to try to catch the paramilitary force, eliminate them, and then go hit the cartel force. But we'll just have to see who goes for what. With this AO in total being about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 80 square kilometers here. It's a pretty sizable AO in all honesty. A lot of towns in the middle here. A major town to the north where the DEA spawns. Got a little military position where that ammo crate is, and a little bit of a drop-off here. So I could easily see Blue 4 getting up on this ridge and hammering down on the ammo crate's position. The cartel's base is a little more defensible. You got a river to cover their north and their west. A little bit of a forest right here as well. And then the rest of it's just a clearing. So that doesn't leave a lot of room for Blue 4 to actually attack that position. So that one is more in OFCRA's favor to defend, but the ammo crate could be a little tougher because it's right next to this large patch of forest. So if OFCRA wanted to really defend this ammo crate, they'd have to lock down this entire hill, and that's going to require a lot of manpower. And since this is only a 65-person operation, let me check. It's gone up to 66, but, you know, minus my spectator slot. OFCRA does not have a lot of manpower to cover those 2 sectors, especially since they have 2 different defense objectives, and then a third one, which is... Actually, no, it's 2 defenses and an escort one, so... I could see them folding in the military commander in here, or just putting him in a corner and keeping him safe for the entirety of the AO. But I could also see the police just set up a simple checkpoint on the extract area for the paramilitary guy. But that would mean that the police have to have at least, you know, 6 or 8 guys holding that objective. And that pulls away from the amount they could throw at the OFCRA fortifications here. But we've got some good clearings to the north that Blue 4 could use the Blackhawks to try to do a rush on some of these objectives. And then they could also use the Blackhawks to early deploy around the VIP area.
Yeah.
So that's TFAR going through, because I do like to chill in TFAR in the beginning, because we can then scroll in and listen to their local communications. But let's have a quick review of the objectives, starting with the paramilitary force. Trying to see where the paramilitary commander is. He might have actually spawned at the cartel area, because I do see an officer right here.
La 6 pour
le fleuve, on va se mettre de l'autre côté.
Yeah, so these guys are part of HQ Cartel, so I don't know where the PMC commander is. I think SO will still be spawning in. If not, he'll probably be tied with Sierra, so it's probably PHK. Or Rizbo, but judging from the weapon with the NPC rail on top, it is probably Rizbo. Excuse me, PHK, but we'll go back and review that. So this is the cartel base. Overall, a lot of good Overwatch positions, especially with this tower and this building. You generally don't want to put players up in these little towers. These are just meant for, like, you know, simple Overwatch, but if you get stuck up there, you're kind of screwed. But there's a good fortification, there's a good second story, but this jungle's pretty thick, and I could see forces getting right on top of this position. They also added a bunker right here to watch the river, which is really nice, and that tower will help watch that river. So this is a pretty good AO. They also got 2 static cords, which are great AA pieces to try to shoot down any of the helicopters as they try to land close. We've got a Dishka on top of a Toyota Hilux, 2 transport Hiluxes as well. So these guys are meant to mainly stay in this region unless they get picked up by the PMC guys. Let's go ahead and look over at the ammo crate objective. So we've got a nice fortification here with some HESCO barriers. That is all marked on the map as well, but it's marked in a dark font here, so I think these HESCOs were added on. But some good Western defense to overwatch this AO, which could honestly help the Blue 4 faction if they come in here and try to use this to stage against the cartel if they have any longer range weaponry, which they might, considering how the kits are built in OFCRA. But there is not a lot of good cover fortifications to guard against an approach from the northeast to southeast here. And I think that's going to be the downfall of this objective itself. Now, I think the cache is going to be in this tower somewhere. We do have a computer right there with a little uplink satellite up top. But no, it's actually, it looks like it's going to be in this little building instead, and it is an RHS virtual Blue 4 crate that has all that ammo. So that's going to be a little tough to demo, but still entirely possible. But this AO is going to be a tough one to defend because of just how much it has to work with. Let's look back at PMC groups here. Yeah, so it's either Ziki that is the commander or PHK, which it looks like PHK is actually the commander because they've spawned over at the VIP position instead. He does have yep, so Zixme is a marksman. That's interesting. He's the equivalent of like T5 Bay or Nemesis and FNF. He's a very good player. Ah, I see. Okay, so the commander is an AI. All right. I did not know. I thought he was going to be a player, but he is going to have to be escorted out of this area, and it looks like... I get it here. So this is where they grab the VIP. The VIP's objective marker is constantly updated in that search zone. So I think as a spectator, we can see the exact marker. OFCRA can see the exact marker, but Blue 4 only sees the green zone. So that's interesting. I find that really cool. And we got some boats here that OFCRA could immediately mount the VIP in and try to move. But I'm not sure if there's any vehicles here that the rest of the PMC force could extract them with. But yeah, so this was basically like an intercepted area here. Where they grabbed the VIP from the local police and pulled them away. That's pretty cool. Gotta love the small details they put in these objectives here. But otherwise, let's now do a breakdown here. So we've got some PMC guys here. Still have 5 minutes to break everything down. They got a lot of transport vehicles, so I'd imagine they'd probably bring a lot of those vehicles to the cartel to use as well as to try to intercept the VIP. But based on the river, I think the VIP is going to be brought by boat to the cartel location and probably defended so that OPFOR can bundle their defense across these two objectives. The question then becomes, can Blue 4 intercept that VIP in transit? That's one of the big things we're going to witness today. It's how Blue 4 can intercept before OPFOR gets fully synchronized together with its two sub-factions to defend the AO. Most of Liru's chat barely talks anyway, yeah, you tell me. Otherwise, OPFOR is mainly AK-based. I think it's the 103s that have the 5.45 max, because those are definitely 5.45 caliber, but these are like the newer AK, so it's not 74s, it's, I forget. That's definitely a, AKM of some sort with a 7.62 drum. So yeah, these guys are pretty well souped up here. Let's go ahead and look at the other OPFOR group real quick. I think they're going to be the same thing, except Zix was, where is Zix? Yeah, he's got some sort of LRPS or Leopold scope on an SVD with an NPZ rail, so that's pretty interesting. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look at the cartel kits in a bit more detail. We already covered some of the vehicles they have. They also have a transport Vic right there, but they mainly had G36Ks, more civilian style stuff. And they're talking about the uniforms here. Yeah, and then the VZ Croatian bullpup rifles. Yeah. 249s as well. SVDs. Nice. They also have some sort of backpack right here. That's probably for some sort of static gun. It's the cord. Okay, so they backpacked one of the cord and they intend to be mobile with it. Nice. Now let's go ahead and look at DEA forces here. They have the two helicopters with the DEA groups. They also have some mutt jeeps, but they are not armed. And they've got M4s, shotguns, Glocks.
What is happening?
I have no idea what the heck they're talking about. Holographic sights.
It's an actual video.
Some sort of it's not a Mark 14. It's a bigger gun, but pretty good caliber here. So they're basically just US kits. Well, I'll be curious to see. It looks like Pogo is the pilot here. Oh, nope, they have two pilots here to deploy them. They also have some boats back here, but it's two RHIBs. I don't think those are going to be useful at all unless they take them north and move them around. But it's going to take them like 20 minutes to do that maneuvering, so helicopters would be better to use in that sense. And then you've got some of the police guys here, which... similar guns. That's a bolt-action marksman rifle instead of the semi-auto that the DEA had. So it's not as good for gear. But they're just like two little weapons. You also see the shotguns. And then they also have transport off-roads and trucks. But yeah, the numbers are a little lacking on the police side. I think most guys went to the DEA side instead. So overall, pretty good there. Bob, thank you for reminding me to hydrate. I added that in the posture check because I was just thinking about little things. But otherwise, thanks so much for the 10-month resub as well. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. The music is Liar... No, what is it? Yeah, no, Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire. It's a mission from Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. Because you're escorted around by a liar bird, and he tricks you on various parts of the mission to try to get you killed.
If I could tie them up. And it counts.
I don't know. I wanted something basic, and that's just what I settled on. But I do like the, as what Obvious said in chat, the kit design and the ambience of the missions I really love in OFCRA missions. I think that's also a boat. That's a 3CB Factions boat, actually. It was taken from a vanilla boat wreck model, and they actually made it into a real boat. So PHK is going to escort the VIP out, and it looks like he's going to go down to the boat. Which means the rest of these guys are going to have to go on foot. And that's going to be a long-ass walk. There's the mission start. They're loading up in the boat. Yeah, it can only fit, I think, 3 people. Even though there is like another seat, but there they go. All right, so I'm not seeing the helicopters immediately mount. Instead, we're seeing some of the trucks. No, those cars are driving down. Are they going to go take the boats? Going slightly off-road. They're going to take a right instead, so they're going to go immediately south. The PMC force has mounted 6 dudes up there, now driving in a single Humvee. VIP marker is accurately moving, and that green zone's going to occasionally update, and the rest of these guys are waiting. They're staying put, actually, which means they have a ride coming to pick them up, which I would assume be that Humvee. Blue 4, meanwhile, the police faction has sent a truck and an off-road, and they're booking it to the north, and the cartel has sent 8 guys in a Hilux to go up to the ammo cache, and has also crossed... They crossed 3 guys over here to set up that cord static, which, honestly, it's a good call for good overwatch over the actual compound. I don't know where Jonathan and Menschel are going now. So the VIP position looks like it updates every 20 to 30 seconds, but it looks like the rest of OPFOR is going to mount up in this boat.
Désolé.
They're going to take that boat up. So Blue 4... I don't know what Blue 4's plan is. They're not going to go for any rush plays or cutoff plays with the helicopters. Instead, they're sending some of their forces on foot. This means that the police are intending to intercept the DEA forces and pick them up with vehicles, but that's going to let OPFOR completely regroup to defend those objectives. So it'll then become, how does Blue 4 take those areas? I think Jafar is spawning in to get picked up by that boat. But I think at that rate, Blue 4 then just needs to focus on taking the ammo cache and then figuring out how they're going to crack the cartel position. I think the secret is going to lie in utilizing the jungle to the south and then some overwatch positions from afar. But a lot of this open area can be locked down by cartel forces and the PMC forces that join them. If I was in OPFOR shoes, I would just double down and defend the cartel position. In all honesty. Oh, so the VIP position is updated every 5 minutes. Nice. Just take them for a stroll in the ocean, right? That's why the Blue 4 guys have the Blackhawks. I don't hate bull pops. I just hate the design of that Croatian rifle. It looks really cheap, if that makes any sense. Like, it looks like something that would explode in your hand. You want your guns to look sturdy, you know? But otherwise, we have, I would assume this was the police off-road. Yep, it's dismounted in the shanty town and is just looking around, holding this area. I think maybe thinking they would catch the paramilitary guys if they were quick enough. They also have the other truck dismounting right here to watch these two positions. But no, that Humvee just booked it straight to the ammo crate area. Now they're going to try to help cover this perimeter, which, in all honesty, this is a massive perimeter to cover. Like, that's going to be a tough one. All right, other boat is now going. It's a little slower, but it'll get the job done.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
So it's HQ Cartel. They drove up here and got rid of a boat. Okay, so they put one boat up there because they're just trying to remove them from play. Got it. Or they're trying to put them over as backups. I don't know. All right, Blue Force seems to now be mounting the choppers. You know, there might have been a rule, actually, where for the first 5 minutes, they weren't allowed to use the helicopters to prevent rushes. So that makes sense, because otherwise I feel like Blue Force would have used those immediately. Oh, fuck, you're right. I forgot to do bets. We still have 5 minutes here, so let me, You're totally right. I forgot to do my bets. Give me 1 second. I'll set it for 10 minutes because I don't think anything important is going to happen in that time. All right. There we go. Let's get that going. Again, because I don't think there's, we're not going to see combat for another 5 minutes, but you will start seeing these guys deploy. So Black Hawks have flown overhead. I think each one's going to go around and pick up one of the groups of police and consolidate them to the north. And then from there, you're probably going to see the DEA force do a sweep down from the east or northeast to hit the ammo crate position and then the cartel position. Now, what I'm going to be really curious about is that boat going to continue on and try to give chase and go, like, to the open ocean or something? Or are they going to try to be defensive with the VIP and just put them in the cartel position to consolidate? So far, we've seen more PMC forces. They are trying to go for a large area defense, which is really, really risky. Because by only putting two-man perimeter teams all around to cover this position, yes, you get full coverage of this zone. But if the Blue Force marksmen find one of the two guys overwatching and start picking them off from range, that gives Blue Force a lot of room to rush forces up. Plus, if Blue 4 does a vehicle rush up and manages to get forces in the perimeter, then all of your forces will have to close around them, but by then Blue 4 will be able to make a good spearhead in. This strategy does work well, though, if Blue 4 tries to walk in, and knowing OFCRA and the fact that they don't really do vehicle rushes, I think this might work out in Op4's favor. But again, it's very risky, because I have seen vehicle rushes in the past. That's so funny that the zone is glitching out like that while he's being carried.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
But they're going to opt to store him in this research building because the research building doesn't explode. And they are trying to, the police are trying to kill him. So it does make sense to not put him in a destroyable building. Hippie, thanks for reminding me. I will take a sip of my water here. And Stone Willow, thanks so much for the 2 gift subs. If you got a sub from Stone Willow, make sure you thank him. Otherwise, I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. And thank you for your support. Blackhawk flying by one of these boats. I don't think it's going to notice the boat, though, because I think he's just patrolling up the river here. Yeah, but if I learned one thing, it's that you can't win against drugs. That's... yeah, I don't think any country's really won the drug war. I'm not sure how that's going to equate to Arma 3 PvP, but... you know, we'll try. So I think they're going to try to deploy a group back here. And then have them walk in from these forested areas, which is going to put pressure on OFCRA's HQ element for the cartel, as well as the static gun that this other team has. And it looks like they still have it, actually. But with one of them being a marksman and another a machine gunner, this is practically like a mini weapons team. And it looks like the other Blue 4 groups are mounting up in a boat. Are they going to go for a naval-based attack? That's going to take them a lot of time to get that RHIB in position. It would be much easier just to ferry them with helicopters. Because that boat, I mean, that is what? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... It's like a 12-kilometer journey. It would be much quicker to take the helicopters, even if it took multiple trips. But, I mean, it's OFCRA, so you do have time to make these lawn maneuvers, but... is it gonna be worth it by then? They're just giving OPFOR all the time they need to fully deploy. And that's what's worrisome about this. And Lord, thank you, I will take another sip of water. I've been thinking about, for some streams that I want to do drunk, we'll do a channel point cash-in where I just drink. But I'm worried some people will try to get me killed at that point, because I know how many points are stashed away. On the bright side, we're within weeks of starting to make the mead-making videos. That's gonna be fun. And Blue 4 has opted to send a squad of 8 via boat. Okay, at an RHIB speed for 12 kilometers, they'll probably dismount early on, potentially right over here. That's going to take, yeah, about 10 minutes to get over there. I thought that RHIB was going to be a bit slower, but it's all about that setup. And Blue 4 still has this force over here. It looks like they're actually going to walk over and potentially take the other boat. But Blue 4 definitely made a change in the plan, thinking that they would intercept OPFOR as they crossed, but I don't think that's the case. So now they're just going to attack those two positions because the VIP position is definitely updated. Now, the issue with this script is if you just watch the zone without knowing it's there, you can determine that the VIP would probably be, like, right here because the zone keeps moving around, showing where the VIP's area is, so it's more refined. So that script's just having a weird bug out. So Cartel Command is heading over here. They've got 2 5.56 rifles. Surprised they're not coming with the weapons team. They're having them stay put, so I guess they're just going to do recon and try not to engage. And Snipe, thank you for reminding me. I'm leaning back in my chair, but when I play, I usually end up leaning like right on for my keyboard, and I need to stop that. So otherwise I'll develop a hum. That would be weird, wouldn't it be? Yeah, I do wish FNF good luck for the Titans tournament this weekend. I'll be on the road, unfortunately, though, and I think Barb's also got plans, so I hope it all goes well, nonetheless. So it looks like they're going to turn this Dishka around and put it towards the river because they know that Blue 4 is landing helicopters over here because those two LRs on the command element. I'll be curious if they actually try an engagement or if they just let people go by. But Guerrilla in these jungles can cut both ways. They could literally get walked on top of by a squad, or they can just let the a squad pass, engage them from the rear, and disappear. OFCRA somehow beached their boat. And Jafar is bleeding. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but hey, I think they're going to go the rest of the way on foot. Oh my fucking god. Addict, bro. Why do you gotta cash in the cursed point value, bro? Okay, here's the deal. So the bros that run the drug operations, you know, down in Brolumbia, they're defending their little bros of operations here by the Brover, and they're working with the Bro MC force to also defend a very important bro that they've stashed away in this broding somewhere. Let me go find him. I gotta check through all these browers here. All right, there he is. Look at this broski mother brower, man. He's just in the corner with his anti-brome vest, however the brome you'd say that. But otherwise, the Bro VA and the anti-Bro-Lease are hot on Bro4's tail here. Shit, we've got Bro4 and Bro4 fighting in the match. That term only works when there's a bro-dependent force. But otherwise... Bro-Barian giving a sub to... giving a gift sub to Spiky Bro P. Bro Barry, and I always appreciate it, bro. I hope you both keep enjoying these little bro streams, man. I hope you get a kick out of these bros broing it out here on this fine Brolumbian day. We can also hear these bros' local communications here as they try to organize before the bro... They're both bro4. Oh my god. I'm losing my fucking marbles. It's been a minute. I'm gonna have a little timer next to my desk and just set that for a minute every time. Ah, I have regrets. The drinking thing's literally what I do, which is why you die every stream. Yeah, that's why I'm worried about it, Barb. That's why I'm very, very worried about it. So as I predicted, actually, Lufor was going to deploy that force early on right here. And are they going to put the boat in here, or are they going to continue on with that one boat? So we've got some transport Humvees hugging the northern coast here. I think they're just going to try an elaborate flank so they're not spotted by any OPFOR scouts. And then we have a UH-60 here up high, just doing aerial recon. And Blue Force still holding at the edge of the tree line, I guess waiting for other forces to be in position. Unless that boat, I think it's going to go back and pick people up, actually. And they're just running a big ferry here. So they're having the boats deploy to throw OPFOR off, so they could maybe try to capture this cartel position early on, because that's worth more points than just the ammo cache. So it's a smart idea, don't get me wrong. Because if OPFOR thinks they can't hold the ammo cache, they just fold the forces back and cover the cartel. But Blue 4 wants to go for the objective that's worth more points. You know, the VIP in that one location are worth 2 each, whereas the ammo cache is only worth 2 on its own. It's not a bad idea, because then they can just hold that defensive area instead. Otherwise, shots are just on the tail of that UH-60. Probably dumped half to two-thirds of a box into that Huey, but not Huey, Blackhawk. But to no effect, because they were just simply out of range. Also, I've been thinking about going forward for the map command. I'll link you guys the Steam link to the map itself, so you don't have to try to look it up yourselves. And then if it's like a map part of the IFA mod, I'll just link the IFA mod, you know? So yeah, they use the car to climb up on the roof to set up the turret right there. Thought I saw some damage textures on the cord, but it looks fine actually. They're judging the distance from the helicopter from the cord. At least that's what I think they're going for. So I think they're just trying to bait OPFOR to shoot at the helicopter so the helicopters can try to identify from the tracers where OPFOR's positions are. Not a bad call. So is this the other boat? Yeah, so the other boat's arrived. It's going to deploy those forces there, and Rigel's driven back, and he's going to pick up the rest of these guys. I think I understand why Blue 4 also did it this way. That way, if they tried to, they being OPFOR, tried to take the VIP out into the ocean, they could easily intercept it, thus forcing OPFOR to box him in at this position to consolidate the objectives close together so Blue 4 could focus all of its time on maneuvering and then, you know, have only 20 or 30 minutes to hit the objectives, but they'd have everything in place to do that. Chucky Bobcat, hey Liru, I'm part of the 700th, but I also do my own ops with groups of friends. And got any advice for giving a better experience to the group as a Zeus? I don't have any advice for that, but what I would recommend you do is at the end of every op, sit down with your guys, your friends, your players, however you want to call them, and just have a debrief. Tell them to tell you what they liked about the op, what they didn't like about the op, and how you could do better, because the only person that can make those judgments and experiences is you and your friends. Anyway, that cord is shooting up here again. And it is not really having an effect because, again, the shots are short because of the range. But otherwise, yeah, it's really just up to you and your friends to communicate on those ideas. So I'm surprised the cord's ranging that one in. But it really needs to save its ammo here because that cord is going to be limited. And again, shots are going short. It's really hard to lead the helicopters, though, from that range. Big trifecta fire going on here. But none of those got within... Well, no, some got within a few meters, but no hits. Blue bro and op bro. Yeah, that's a good way to put it next time. TW, I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking, man. But, yeah, Chucky, the secret is just taking feedback and actually taking the time to go through all the feedback and then edit things in the mission for next time. I would say that is one of my biggest, I guess, secrets when I used to do ML missions hardcore, like every 2 or 3 weeks, was I'd literally just chill with people and I'd say, hey, what do you want in an op? And then they would tell me, and then I would make that op, you know? Oh yeah, he sees him, he just pointed them out. To translate, the Frenchman shot just got his battle buddy's attention. He said yes, and now he's pointing them out to say, hey, they're starting to cross. So I'm waiting to hear the whisper over the LR. Yes, guys, I'm sitting up straight. Don't worry. All right, I'm leaning into my chair.
West of Mike.
There's the call out. There. I drank all the fucking water.
This is HQ, we spot the enemy squad west of Mike.
Yeah, so they only saw one enemy squad. But they might assume there's more. So these guys might start reacting. But we're probably going to see OPFOR potentially readjust some of their eyes to look that direction. By the way, those 4 guys, they got Jafar back up. And they're just walking over to that sector. So they might, OPFOR might now think that the VIP and Cartel side are getting hit first, so they might pull some forces away from the ammo crate to go defend. But back to the topic of building ops. I mean, I'll admit, right now I have a new gig. I just set it up last night. and I'll keep names out, but if the person who asked me to come do this wants to say it in chat, he can say it in chat. I don't care. Wait. That was someone's mic. Did someone die? No. Because when people die, you can hear them from the spectator menu. Because of how TFAR works, but no one's dead, so I can think that was someone reconnecting to the server or something. But, as I was saying... Oh, there's the choppers taking fire again from the November position. That's probably Nubas trying to reconnect. But, the mic thing. I've been hydrating, don't you worry. But the standard procedure for how I would, you know, do ops for any sort of community is I get with the person that's asked me to make the op. I get the mod set. I get any footage of them playing ops so I can see, all right, what does the Zeus do? How does the Zeus use artillery? How much AI does the Zeus throw at things? How much detail does he put in the AOs? Does he put any background, or is there any, like, information to utilize? And then I mimic that to the best of my ability, but then I add my own flair to it. So, you know, usually I'll build custom kits or, you know, have a specific background or something. And, you know, the first 1 or 2 ops I do for that community, I try to mimic the existing Zeus's style or Mission Maker style to the best of my ability. And then I'll start kind of branching out based off of the feedback I get, if it becomes a recurring mission instead of a 1-off or a 2-off. But that's where, again, the feedback is really important to take, because from that feedback, I know, okay, this is what they like, this is what they don't like. Sometimes there are things that the players didn't like that the previous Zeus I studied they didn't like what he did in that mission, and I might accidentally recreate it because I don't have that feedback, and then I just make sure that's never done again. But that's how I usually win player bases over, is I just ask them what they want to do, how they want to play it, and I make it happen. Guys, I've already, like, this is a pint of water. I've already drank a cup. Like, oh my god. I don't want to have more bathroom breaks while I stream. My bladder can only take so much. Otherwise, helicopter just deployed Blue 4 HQ. These are the DEA commanders. So, I wonder if the first actual bit of player-on-player contact is going to be between command positions. That would be pretty cool. Both have 5.56 rifles. Both have LRs. He doesn't have a GL, and he doesn't have a GL. I thought I saw...
Southwest into the cartel. You decide when this engagement starts.
They also have a GL there. You can hear the cord firing in the distance. You just heard DEA talking about one of the squads decides when the engagement starts, meaning...
Sticking to the coast is in your best.
Let's have a listen in, actually.
Copy that, 6-BAP. 6-BAP, hold position and wait till 19th Mega moves across your west side. Then you are to follow them up parallel to them. But your objective is not taking the cartel. Your objective is the hills I shall mark now. Your objective is 6-BAP waypoint, but only do this parallel to the 19th.
So if we're close enough to them, you can also see their yellow marks on the map like that when they hold down. So he's trying to set up Overwatch from the north. And then this group's going to cross the river and attack it from the forest to the south. So Blue 4 still has another like 10 to 15 minutes of maneuvering here.
You'll drop him at Goat Lord LZ, you can walk the rest of the way by himself.
Put a 0 on top of everything, fine. You're right.
Cali team, cross now.
Okay. So, they're already crossing, but I think he was just confirming that order. So, Op4, in response to knowing that squad passed, they had their little 3-man weapons team go north. I'm going to quickly go over here and see where they're overwatching. Looks like they're watching this little opening. I'm not... They might catch Delta at the rate they're going if they don't fold in, because this is all its territory that these guys might be able to see. And if they set up that cord, that with the marksman, they could probably get a few pickoffs. Like, if they gave the cord to the LR guy and let the marksman and machine gun also fire, they could put a lot of shots down range and potentially get a kill or two. I will admit the posture check doesn't have to be done a lot when I'm doing like commentary stuff, because that's more I'm like relaxed, laid back, and enjoying myself as we...
Get ready to start, get vision on Cartel mark. The 19th are going to be very quickly going to be kicking this off.
Trying to look at where the 19th is. I would assume it's these guys, because they're about to start shooting from across. But yeah, no, like the posture check is for if I'm like playing and I'm like, you know, micromanaging a squad or something.
Solid copy rather. But 19th Mega,
I tend to lean forward.
Give them more than 3 minutes, so.
So that's something for me to like occasionally check, because that sort of thing catches my eye, and then I remember to like lean back. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas for stuff to add for channel point thing, just DM me on Discord. Because I had a few ideas, but then I thought about them. I'm like, wait, no, that would be abused to high hell. So I'm trying to now look over here to see if these guys can be spotted. That's going to be up to Murdy.
Oh, attends, sur l'autre rive, en 50-60. Sur l'autre rive, à 100 mètres 200 mètres derrière la rive.
He spotted them. I understand that. Basically, to translate what he said they're in the trees.
Deux mecs en 52 sur l'autre rive.
52. Yeah, he's saying there's a few of them in there. No, actually, I think that was the call out. Bearing 52 or something, 55. 52. Yeah, so he's calling out the bearing to his buddy, his battle buddy here. Or he was saying that on radio for Rick to spot. Now Rick might...
Several contact, maybe 5, 6, hard to say.
So now he's calling it up on the LR net. So Op4 is now starting to realize where Blue 4 is going to come in from. I don't think Op4 is in a position to do anything about it, though, because they already have their forces fully deployed.
Number of target, more than
Oop, sorry about that.
10 people.
See, this is what's nice to be in the TFAR channel early on. Oop, that. Did you hear that metal hit? Wasn't an engine shot out, but definitely hit the chopper there with at least one of those bullets. Oop. Now you got Op4 firing across the river here. And I'm gonna go mute myself a little prematurely here, because when people start dying, you're able to hear them. But that's one of the advantages of solo stream casting these events, is I can be in the TFAR channel, I can hear people from the spectator menu, and we can get a better idea of what both groups are thinking. So Blue 4 had a Vic driven up to their position, and they're now taking that to maneuver around. They still have another river to cross, though, unless they go south and take the bridge. I think they're just going to swim that, though, because that's only about 40 meters to swim over, but they're still going to be late. I disagree with the idea of having these guys kick it off early. I think they needed to wait for this group to be closer, because they're still going to be 5 minutes behind in crossing the river and then going the rest of this route on foot. Like, I get the early harassment, but if anything, that just prompts Op4 to fold more forces in when the attack begins. Yeah, shut up, Lord. More than halfway done with my water right now. But yeah, after the stream, I will take on Modidic's advice and add a 0 to everything. Probably only make the posture check like 2,000 then. So I think that's Zixme. He does have the marksman rifle. He's trying to get some pickoffs here. He's at -1, which means he shot one of the AI in the beginning, because not all the AI were disabled. But again, this guy, he is one of the best that OFCRA has to offer. And I love watching his work. But yeah, given the marksman rifle here, I think he's going to be able to do quite well. I just hydrated Monotic, damn it. But yeah, that objective marker keeps updating the circle, so I think they can guess that he's like, you know, just in that little territory. But that's only if they're actually paying attention to their maps, which Command might be doing. I would expect them to be in the map screen, watching everything. Now, this is also going to be really nasty because OPFOR knows that Blue Force in that vicinity, so this 3-man weapons team of marksman, team leader, and machine gunner could be really powerful, but, you know, they do have a cord with them, so Blue 4, I doubt they'll realize that they have those cord backpacks, but just in case they do, Blue 4 utilizing the cord here could help them out. Looks like this is the Blue 4 marksman. He actually did take a few shots. His arm might still be bleeding. Now we're seeing Blue 4 dismount this car. Looks like they crashed on something, because I'm seeing a lot of bandages. They hit a stump, that's why. So that's slowing them down even more. Now Blue 4 is doing a massive smoke charge on the northern side. I don't think OPFOR has noticed. Has Drago noticed? No, but there's an OPFOR guy dead up here. Vex got picked off. Had to have been from Blue 4 Overwatch elements. Was it Dave? Was it some guy? Yeah, I don't know. It was Roland. The 249. Huh. No, I think he got Alfred. That would make more sense. Yes, I don't know who got the Blue 4 one, but OPFOR's already down 2 men. And Blue 4 is doing this massive smoke charge to get right on top of this compound. This is going to outnumber OPFOR. So in what I originally thought, Blue 4 would attack that position first and then lower OPFOR's numbers to hit this one position. Instead, they're doing it the other way, but it's causing a massive amount of damage. That's HE shotgun rounds, by the way, from one of the shotgunners, Nubass. And I think he just accidentally hurt Mr. Cool there. So Royd coming up the tower, getting the kill on the guy in there. Skipu coming up. Doesn't have his gun up in time, and Royd gets a double kill. So he's on 2 now. Oh my gosh. Zuaku. Not sure if Royd just got hit by HE or if he got hit by something outside here. It's hard to tell. How am I going to say that? Okay. Kakzusaka, that's it. He's trying to come in to clear. Blue 4 just breached this wall. They know the VIP's in that compound, so they're going to start trying to come in and take him out. He's in this corner area. You're seeing more shotgun HE blasts blowing into those windows there. Nubass coming around the corner. Garrett breaching. He spots Kakzu there. Kakzu now pulling out the other side. Walks right into some of the DEA guys pulling around. He ducks in here. Is Garrett going to come in? Adam might breach. Not before Garrett is going to probably kill Hillary Clinton, this poor bastard. Jesus. Oh my god, he just walked up and rifle butted his ass. And Garrett just goes for the execution, but that catches Adam in the doorway and he gets picked off by, I believe, Bratner, Mr. Squirrel. VIP's still alive in this corner. And OPFOR adamant on holding that last position. Nubass coming up and shotgun blasting this guy. Mr. Squirrel to death. The shotgunners are a lot more effective this round than the previous one, and I will go ahead and drink some more water. So Lemur is also down. A lot more smokes being popped. You got that Op4 team coming around. They knocked out Dark Neo. Yeah, so Blue 4 has a lot of guys down right now, but Op4 has a lot of guys dead. Oh, fuck, we missed it. Yeah, the commands fought the, they fought Op4 command. So the DEA beat out the OFCRA Cartel Op4 units here. So now Op4 is without a command element. And Rigel's checking these buildings. He's probably going to find the commander here. Did he not see him? Satchel's going off, blowing a building out. I see. So that bulletproof vest extends to his face. Interesting. Otherwise, I don't know where those explosives went off. I thought they were taking out the building. Looks like Nubas was killed off. Yeah, so I guess they're just going to camp because he's just set to invincible right now for whatever reason. But I don't see how Op4 is going to be able to bounce this one back. So it looks like that three-man group were actually able to knock out a lot of the Blue 4 players here. Though I think that is 2 Blue 4, 1 Op4 knocked out. Tackle trying to maneuver around with that 249. Rigel trying to kill him as well. Yeah, they're just going to pull him out of the area. PHK, meanwhile, firing from the second story here, trying to, I think, fire at the guys in the tower who have been hit. They are bandaging. I don't know. HE being fired up here. I think Mr. Dave's gonna find Breton here. If he continues to come around. And drops him with the handgun. More HE shells being fired on that building. There's only 4 Op4 defenders left in this AO. A little bit of uncoordination I'm seeing here between Blue 4, though. I wonder if they're going to use the VIP as like a meat shield or something since he's like invincible. Oh, did they drop him in the river to drown him? Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. But if he's invincible, I don't think he can drown either. I do drown, but it... I don't know. Ooh, so now we have Tackle. He's come to the coast, and now he's trying to fire at people across the river here. Rigel trying to roll away since he got crippled. Gets caught in the building and shot in the ass, unfortunately. And Nubas has a vehicle he's towing up to potentially charge that other position. No. No, I know exactly what he's doing. Royd is actually Roy the camper? Gotcha. Yeah, D is the... Not just in Dutch, I think that's a few different languages. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. They're all just going out looking like, what was that? I think that tower is set to invincible. That, or it just was one of the rare times where physics actually worked properly and didn't immediately destroy the building. Oh my god. That was great. Meanwhile, Blue 4 had a numbers advantage. They're starting to lose it, though. I just saw one guy get picked off who was unconscious. Brisbo climbing the rooftop here. Az is going to join him. Rigel still bleeding out in the corner. They still got Zixme and PHK. Just trying to see the kill count here. So it could still be anyone's game in this compound. But I would say that Blue 4 has 2 points because the VIP should be dead. They're just rappelling off the side. We do have more Blue 4 reinforcements entering the AO, though. That's the really worrisome part about this. But the question that becomes, will Blue 4 have enough to send to attack this next position? But I don't think they'll even do that because at that point, they just have to hold that compound for the 2 points. Will you pay for all my hydration? Just make it $1 instead, right? So I think Roland someone just put some shots on tackle. Get him to pull back. We've got Norguy over here. Banji in the corner has that marksman rifle. I don't know. I could see Op4. They're probably going to send this 6-man force to go counterattack that position. They just know that they have to defend both the ammo cache and retake that position to get 4 points to get ahead of Blue 4 here. So it puts them in a really tight spot. The commander needs to hydrate. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think the officer is hydrating. He's just standing here contemplating life. Ay, ay, ay. So I think they found that one marksman guy and just double tapped him. Because I heard those 2 gunshots and I don't see a Blue 4 guy anymore. And he's dead in the corner. You can see the bullet holes right here. Ooh, Zix, I think, just tapped Roland there. He's working on more. I think he's trying to double tap Juno. You got a hit on Ezio there, too. So Lemur, who's been unconscious, they dragged him over here. There's another guy dead right there. Op4 might be able to hold because I think they're just waiting for those 6 men to get around, but they're also... Blue 4 has pulled the 6 EME guys to go attack that position, but from the open area, that's going to be a real tough one. This could still swing either way, in all honesty. PHK trying to get some pickoffs, double taps Lemur. And Blue 4 just smoked that entire area to prevent Zix from doing any shots. Oh, Zix, I think, just saw Snake Doctor, but Snake Doctor replied with a gunshot. Grenade being thrown right on to Snake Doctor. Oh, my God. He could not have had a more accurate grenade put on him. Snake Doctor returning with one on his own, just bounces off the solid window. If that window wasn't, if it was blown out, I think he would have gotten that grenade on PHK. And I think Zix just got a kill on someone up here. Yep. That scoped marksman rifle, the SVD, it can deal a lot of damage. Give him a big scope, and he's able to do a lot of punishment with it. So technically he's on 3 kills because he started with -1. Now you got the Blackhawks flying up. Oh, God, they're doing it again. And this time Blue 4 knows it. Op 4 knows it, actually. They're firing. What? Oh, my God. Did he get it? He didn't get the objective, but he blew the tower up, and he killed a guy. Okay, then. I'm not sure if that's legal. Like, for the vehicle ram, I know the towing, the air towing of vehicles is, but I'm not sure if that's like the ramming is. Anyway, OFCRA firing on tackle. A little bit of blue on blue. He's staying low. Oh, you guys are at the part where he did it the first time. Oh, wait till you see the next one. It's 4v3 in this compound. These guys have been able to hold and keep Blue 4 from sending more guys in. So I wonder if 6EME is going to fold back in here. Vehicle missiles are not allowed in FNF. I know that much. I don't know what they're going to do with the other one. I'm hydrating all I can, Danny. So Zix PHK doing a good job holding these 3 remaining Blue 4 guys from entering the compound. At this point, PHK is below. He's just going to hold the doorway. And Zix is up here trying to get in a fortified position. He switched to a short-range scope. And the Blackhawk is landing, but it's landing right in front of an OFCRA group. If they can move up quick enough, they could screw with that chopper. They've got Roy getting into the helicopter. For what reason, I don't know. They got 6EME folding back, realizing that Blue 4 aren't going to win this objective without more forces. I don't even want to know what they're going to do with them. It looks like Sky Online's the only one that's still up out of the, after that command fight, which means NASA's dead. So he's 2IC acting. He's still hydrating in the river. Yeah, so the mission maker did an oopsie and set him to invincible. And just didn't have probably just to make sure like he wasn't accidentally killed off in pre-join or whatever. But then they forgot to write a way for him to not be invincible anymore. The VIP's hydrating in the river, yeah, right? Oh, Zix gets the kill on Snake Doctor, but almost cost him his own life. He doesn't have a helmet either. He fires 2 shots at them just to burn the magazine. Wait, no. Who'd he kill? The Snake's right there. He shot someone else. Snake doing the smart thing of just vaulting in the building. Might catch PHK. PHK opens. And PHK wins that fight. Zix back and left and right here, trying to get a Sean Cali. PHK doing the double tap. Yeah, so these guys both have 6 kills, but oh, Cali getting the headshot. That had to have been satisfying. When you finally get that fucking sniper on the roof. Okay, then. Tackle's now on the other side, shooting at Blue 4's 6EME's folding back in the compound. They just tried to kamikaze destroy that building. And I think OFCRA is actually going to win this one, all things considered. Just with the sheer amount of firepower they've been able to put out, and these 4 guys still able to hold, well, now 3. GL going off, knocking out Nubass and Mr. Cool's legs. Smoke's being plopped as they get into the command building here. Or not the command, the checkpoint building. Yeah, I was, these helicopter plays tonight. Oh, PHK catches Cali as he's bandaging, and PHK just lets out on him. I have a feeling if that chopper actually hit the building, it would have collapsed and probably killed PHK, but good fucking God. Roy the Camper, as I'm now going to call him because chat has told me about it, opted to keep his parachute. That's just extra weight. He could drop that if he wanted to. Now he's solo clearing, a very dangerous thing to do in this game. Oh, but as here's his footsteps, but Roy gets the headshot. Rizbo realizing that his buddy's down. Gonna try to camp that hallway. I think Roy's gonna pull back and just bandage instead. Now you got these forces falling. Actually, is Zicky the really good player or Zixme? I mean, Zixme did really well, but Zicky and Zixme. Okay, there's two of them. 6 EME now folding into this compound as both sides are being reinforced. So this 2v3 is now turned into a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. V2, 4, 6, 7, 8. But this is all of Blue 4's remaining forces minus 3 stragglers, and Op 4 still has a lot left over on the side as well. So it is in Op 4's playing field to win, but this is the objective that matters. If Blue 4 wins this fight, they still have to deal with the rest of Op 4's force in a counterattack, and PHK running around somehow wins that fight, but then gets Hillary Clinton by Axel. I saw that headshot blow his head off from the back, and bad nade, I think, by Asher just took out Bennett's legs. Shadow could still be brought back up if any of those guys are medics, which Clement is. Roy getting caught out in the open by Ibanek as he walks in. Nubas also knocked out, and now the sides have been switched. Op 4 now coming in from Blue 4's original angle, and Blue 4 now fully cleared out Op 4's position. The question is, does Clement have time to potentially get Shadow and Nubas up on the front line? Ooh, hoo, hoo. I think Rizbo just got a nice pick off there on one of the 6 EME guys. He's on 4 kills, by the way. For a 30v30, that's pretty damn significant. Judging from chat, I think you guys just got to the helicopter thing, but you haven't seen anything yet. Wombo combo to even more of a Womboro comboer. That's even possible. Op 4's got a lot of guys on Overwatch, but it's not necessarily needed. I think they're firing at Tackle again. Yeah, he's getting blue on blue, and he gets knocked out by Seal, because Seal isn't able to PID. So every little blue on blue incident on Op 4 is going to help Blue 4, but I don't think it's going to be enough, because Op 4 still has 3, 4, 5, 7 guys in reserve. It's like Shadow bled out. Yeah, that cord's still on the roof over here. I think that might have been one of the things 6 EME was checking out. There's also some blood over here. Don't know what caused that, either the vehicle when the Op 4 guys that were originally there dismounted, or 6 EME had an oopsie or two. Yeah, so we still have about 33 minutes remaining in this round. I think just the remaining Blue 4 guys are trying to figure out what to do. Is Mr. Cool a medic? I mean, he is, so he could get Nubas back up, and he does have that HE shotgun. So that extra man could make all the difference here. I think you guys just saw what the other helicopter did. That one caught me off guard, in all honesty. I thought they were going to go over and like try to take like solo that objective, but no, they came back around and used it as a missile. The Japanese army. I think you mean the army in World War II, but Beniot gets picked off. I think Seal just got a good chest shot on him. It wasn't a headshot. But Clement now moving up. He is a medic, so he's going to do medical. Ooh, GL's being fired on his position, though. I think that's just Massacre guessing. He is getting Clement's legs and causing more damage. More GL's firing overhead. Now, can they get off that roof? Clement knocked out by the 3rd GL. 4th one fired. Oh, and it takes the building out! It was already weakened by Blue 4's airstrike with the UH-60, and that's going to bite them in the ass now. Blake caught out in the open, gets engaged by Ibnik. Blake has nowhere to go. I think it's GG. Yeah, Blake is pinned. He's screwed. And the GL goes off and he gets shot again. It's up to Mr. Cool to get Nubass back up. Just look at all of that GL going out. Yeah, so Sky Online's folding in. We got Ezio and Nort. But that, I think it's it. This is the end.
Give him a warm welcome, shall we?
What would be the icing on the cake is if Nort kills the remaining Blue 4 commander. I have faith in Mr. Cool and Nubass, but I mean, I just watched a massacre of 6 EME. Oh my god. So where did Blue 4 go wrong? In my opinion, Blue 4 went wrong by not letting the other half of the pincer come up and be ready so they do the attack all at once. Instead, they relied on the Overwatch element covering one element coming in, but that allowed Op4 to entrench this area and push that force back. If Blue 4 had allowed for that final group to push in at the same time, they would have cleared that position, and Blue 4 would have had a lot less casualties. New ass backup by Mr. Cool's handiwork. Let's see if it makes a difference. Yeah, so the marksman, I think, is trying to pick up Massacre and Ziki here. But I think if Blue 4 fully cleared that this position out, this position probably still would have gotten screwed by those 3 guys. But from here, this fully cleared, they could have then mounted up in some of the Vics that were left here, pushed that objective from the side, because Op4 had that full encirclement, and then they would have been able to get that cash. Or they wouldn't have even need to do that. They could have just defended this area and held for the 2 points. Oh, Mr. Cool's dead. HQ's now crossing the river. Imagine being dead, having all this medical done to you. You thank the guy, and then he pokes his head out, and a guy named Massacre just blows your medic's face off. God, that has to be a terrifying experience. But Massacre's battle buddy Ziki, I believe, is dead. Now Nubass is trying to get the shotgun kill off of Massacre. I worry for Liru. He needs a lot of water. Yeah, I'm almost out. I've been taking a small sip every time you tell me to hydrate. Massacre, the cover in front of him, took that HE. And now Op4 is folding 3 guys over. Oh, Nubass. Nubass, you're in trouble, buddy. Never mind. Nubass, no! Does he at least get the grenade kill, or did the grenade not go off? What happened to the grenade? What happened to Nubass? Wait. Whoa. Something's wrong here, kids. Something is very... Oh, there's a butterfly. That tells you everything, doesn't it? Oh, Nubass. No. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. So Rizbo was the guy that shot him. His internet just desynced, and I think that caused Nubass's body, because he was hit by a guy glitching out, just caused this for everyone else to see, I guess. I really don't know how else to explain it. Sometimes when you're hit by a character who's experiencing desync or is crashing out, that's when these things happen, because when you die, your body's ragdoll physics are actually not server side, they're client side. So everyone might see differently how the body fell over. So this, I think, is a difference of me seeing Nubass's body fall one way and Rizbo killing him a different way, which is why you see this. This is how the server is attempting to compensate, or not even the server in this case, my client is attempting to compensate, bridging what Rizbo did to Nubass's body in my POV. And, it's terrifying. It's utterly fucking terrifying. Anyway, Nort got hit, and now it's just up to Sky Online to clutch. And hopefully he will clutch hard. But anyway, guys, it's about 4:50. We'll be back in 3 hours for Paw Patrol's up, by the way. And I probably won't go to TMTM because they're just doing a bunch of vanilla stuff as they tee the new mod set. This is going to be a 1v5. Oh. That was Nort bleeding out. You still have Juno over here who's been unconscious the entire time. I think he's, like, medically stabilized. Like, all of his wounds are patched. It's just he doesn't have enough blood pressure to wake back up, and he is the medic, so there's nothing he can do. All right. I will, of course, stay until Sky Online makes his move, but I think officially the point rally, the point roster is going to be Op4 with 6 points and Blue 4 with 2. Blue 4 gets the 2 for killing the VIP, even though when the stat board comes up, it'll say the VIP is still alive. I'm not counting that. To me, the VIP is dead. I mean, they shot him in the face multiple times. He's literally been drowning with no oxygen tank for the past, like, 30 minutes. So Blue 4 got those 2 points. Op 4, however, has men in the cartel zone, has the cash under control, and has knocked Blue 4 down to 5 or less players. In this case, 1. 1 player. Technically 2 because he hasn't bled out yet over there. Now, Blue 4, Sky Online, if he somehow kills all 5 of these guys, which, you know, it would be cool if he did, but I don't think he's going to. If he kills all of those guys and then kills 2 more of the 5 that are still over there, which, is it 5 or 6 that are still up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, it's 7. So he needs to kill all of these guys and those 2 guys, and then he might be able to tie. He'll at least guarantee a tie at that point. But I love the irony that happened with this Blackhawk. Just the absolute irony of trying to destroy a building, failing, and then having the building blow up later to get you killed. So he's going to smoke advances. Also, we got a floating body over here from when that building collapsed. He's going to come around the side. I think he's trying to use those smokes to distract anyone that's here that is getting Seal's attention. He's thinking that someone's going to cross through that smoke. But instead, Sky is going to hug the outer wall here and come around. Good tactic to play while solo. I'll hydrate. So with 3 guys in here all covering this building, some well-placed grenades might actually do the trick here for Sky. But the worry here is he's going to immediately get flanked by Sixor and Seal. All right. I trust you, Sky. He gets stuck on the thing, so he opens it up, runs inside, throws a grenade, and pulls out. Everyone now clearing that grenade. Knocks out Massacre. Runs out just as Ibnek runs out. Oh my god. That's why you don't sprint into a building or out of a building when a grenade is thrown. You go guns up so you don't get caught with your pants down like that. Yeah, so as I said, Op 4 with 6 points, Blue 4 with 2. Oh, I didn't realize the cartel base was worth 5. But yeah, again, that technically... it doesn't matter. What the actual fuck. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. We'll see you in 3 hours. Otherwise, cheers and have a good one.